Gaeilge Weekly is brought to you by Learn Irish Online. For way more shows, videos, podcasts and courses for learning the language, head to learnirishonline.com or patreon.com/learnirishonline. Hello, G-Eve. Good morning, good afternoon, mods and what, trónónama. Welcome to the podcast Fáilte Chuig an Bud Craile. This week on Tachtan's Show, episode number 118 of Gaeilge Weekly. I've grown Céadaoin a hugteg to Gaeilge Weekly. I'm very, very happy to be speaking to you again. Na chun me an sásta chuna bheith ag labhairt libh arís. But I might be even happier because I'm speaking to you from County Galway in the west of Ireland's chance. Go bhfuil mé fiú níos sásta margheall go bhfuil mé ag labhairt libh ó chunna na Gaillimhe in iarthar na hÉireann. As I said last week on the podcast, mar dúirt mé an Tachtan's caite an Bud Craile. I've come home for a week. Tá mé tar éis teacht do bhaile fa seacht an bháin. I'm recording this on Monday the 27th of October. Tá mé taifeadú an lún. Tá lún an seachtú lá is fihid, me yearfover, and I suppose I'm almost halfway through my trip already. Is dócha gúil mé beagnach leabhalach tríd ma hearse. Hanna féin I got in last Friday at the start of the weekend, and I'll be staying until this Friday, Halloween. So hánig mé an ina a couple of lá ó hin agus ba mig fannacht in and ag fannacht in láliamh go dtí an ina seo. Ia hauna Halloween this coming Friday the 31st on trochu híanú lá. And as I said last week on the podcast, mar dúirt mé an Tachtan's caite an Bud Craile, I don't tend to really come back this time of year too much. Deag ná ní bhíon méid filler ras an orso den bhlín deag ná. I tend to come back a week at Easter to get away from Easter in Spain because it's a bit crazy there at Easter, being so beginning crackles an sin ire na chásca. So being me an seo hartar seacht an bháin hartar on the Costco around Easter time. A week, 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, but you're seachtan caiicish no jet law around the summertime, I guess in the middle of the summer, July or August, you're in Tarry, in Lore on Tarry, Miúil, Mi Lunasa, and then of course around a week or so at Christmas, hartar seachtan no timpler sin ag Nullag. But this year I decided, you know what, I'm going to come back again in October to my seachtar expression in my year over trying to spend a bit more time in Ireland these days. Like Jane Bhéireacht, Beaga níos mó ama a chathab in éireann na léitheanta seo. I'm very lucky tá táid argarm that I live so close to Ireland. You know, I live in Spain. It's not like I'm on the other side of the world. Tá mé mo chónaí sa Spáin. Níl sé cosúil gúil mé an taobh eile in down. I know I'm sure there's a lot of Irish people listening to this. Cín se gúil a lán éireann ag éisteacht le seo, and you guys are living in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the US, tá sibh uair gcónaí san Astral and Nua Hélan, Canada, na Stáitíntia, and even stranger place. We always think of the Irish in those places a gcónaí bíimiid ag smuoine faoin na hairnigs na háit na sin, and we probably don't think about the Irish in random places across the world, in Taiwan or in Paraguay or the British Virgin Islands or wherever, simple and down. So very lucky that I can come back several times a year. Tá gur féidir lom teachtar as cúpla ór in aina blina, and really whenever I want, pay or a bhfuil me ag éirí, pay or is mínlum as a result of Spain being so close, only being 2 hours on the plane. Margheall gúil an Spáin chomh congrach agus níl seach gá or an chloig here in Etchelt, and as well as that, of course, a lot cheaper to fly back from, let's say, Seville, Dublin, return trip, then Perth, through to Singapore, through to Qatar, through to London, through to Dublin, and all this. Agus na rudí seo a bhíon daoine na háit na sin déile leis nuair bhíonn siad ag teachtar the things that people in those places have to deal with when they come back. So trying to take advantage of that, I guess, tá mé ag déanamh úsáid Winchester sin, and to spend a bit more time, and I suppose, have a bit more eagerness tá níos mó fun orm to spend a bit more time here, hon níos mó ama a chathú an seo. And this time, I don't really have any big plans. Níl plan the more agam this week on Sacht and Shaw agus Misha Arash. I mean, there's a few friends, 2 English friends actually, who are living in Cork at the moment. Tá Bert's chórsa ó hasna agam agus tá siads in a gcónaí I ggurcaig faoi láthair, but they're coming up to Galway for the day today. So I'm meeting with them in town. Tá ma'n dullas teach an Balliamore, an Casúlob, but really, apart from that, I don't have many big plans for the week. Níl mór an plan na móra agam don Sacht. It's not like, for example, when I was back home during the summer, níl sé cosúil le nuair bhí mé rás an seo I Rihantarí. I had a lot of things going on. I was up in Belfast for a few days for the Trad Fest. Bhí mé hús I Mail Fairsta fad cúpla lá don Trad Fest. I was down in County Kerry visiting a friend. Bhí mé hís I Gnáthleagan ag tuairt córsa Hara. On sin, this time I've kind of had a blank canvas of a week and been able to fill it in whatever way I want. So besides blank canvas, no seachtain sear, no seachtain full of agam, agus bhí mé agus tá mé in an leanúas teach I can kind of fill it in whatever way I want. Feabhas a bhfuil mé ag éirí. And I guess that brings me on to the topic of the podcast today. Stocha gur féidir lim labhairt faoi topic an fudcréile I nníos sin. And that is the small things in Ireland that I miss. Na rudí beaga in éireann a bhreathan mé wem when I'm not here, nor nach bhfuil mé anseo. So when I'm in Spain probably 330 days of the year. Sean school mé sa Spáin beidir 3 is a trocha lá in aine bliana. These are the small things that I miss. Shoid na rudí beaga a bhreathan mé wem. Listen, I could speak here about, I miss my family and I miss just being at home and knowing the place really well and being able to go to my local shop or local bar or whatever. Ag dul chuig man tak tarvanat súil no ma shopá súil or going for a walk around my village. Ag dul súil timple for Trod's value. But you could speak to any Irish person living abroad, they'll tell you they miss those things. It's very that Lord Slain éireannach timplan down agus tá siad thun rá go bhreathan siad weithú na rudí sin. But I'm more so talking about things you might not think of and really just kind of small things. And sometimes, in fact, on a week like this, it's very much the case without any big trips gone inside Thuras Mora or anything like that. No aon rud mar sin. It's the small stuff that kind of makes the week, or the small stuff that, for me anyway, dumpsa arenos, the small things that I'm very appreciative of. Na rudí beaga ol misha an buíoch astú no Jane mBéarlacht arenos. I try to be grateful for them. Jane mBéarlacht a bheith buíoch astú while I'm back agus misha arash an seo. So 8 things listed out here. Ocht road scrífa amach agam an seo. Number 1. Bit of a random one, but all these are a bit random. An popper nuachtan a cheannach. Agus laured in mBéarla a cheannach. So to be able to buy the newspaper and to be able to buy books, I guess in English or as well in Irish, but I tend to read more so in English than I do in Irish. Deag ná bín me ag léamh níos mó in mBéarla ná mar bhín me ag léamh trí bheán na Gaeilge. So listen, éist. I've been living in Spain now 4.5 years, 5 years, I think. Tá mise mo hóní sa Spáin, ceithre bliana go le, 2 bliana an ish, and very comfortable with Spanish. Tá me an chormpordach leis an Spanish. I do everything Spanish while I'm there. It's in gachrod. I'm a Spanish agus mis an sin, probably outside of my work anyway, because obviously my work's in Irish and in English. I know tá mo chud zipper trí Béarla agus trí Gaeilge, but apart from my work, probably use more Spanish there than I do English or any other language. Ceapam go míon me buint níos mó úsáid as an Spanish agus mis an sin ná aon cheanga eile. I can read an article in newspaper and understand everything or almost everything. You never get every single word. Tá mé in an alt a léamh I bápar nuachtan agus gachrod a hiiscint. No beag nach gachrod ní bhaid tú go dóin an gach focail a hiiscint there'll always be 1 or 2, especially in written form of a language. Go hoirí here. It's angus scrífa. Even in English, I'm not reading newspaper article, there might be a word I might not know. Fiú in mBéarla seans go mai méid léamh alt I bápar agus by focail ann agus ní bhaid sé arólas agam. But reading it in Spanish is one thing, but then really having an interest in it and getting, I suppose, the subtext, you'd maybe call it, beidir an subtext sin an focal at the other connotations with it. You know, Rudaí it's one thing to just read it and understand every word and read what's being communicated or expressed. So Rudaí chun gach focal a léamh agus tuiscint a bheith agat an rud óil an tíreasóir ag éirí a chur the thing that the journalist wants to express. But then it's another thing to kind of understand, let's say, the bias with it, or from a literary perspective, what they're trying to communicate is to go have literaíochta an rud a bhfuil siad ag éirí chur and the background and the context and the cultural context to it, cóhigst an chultúr ag buint leis, and the things that aren't communicated in black and white there that I'd easily be able to pick up, or even without thinking, if you gan bheith smuoinmh bheith me an rudí sin a fiocu sús, I'd be able to pick up those things if I was reading an article in the Irish Times or the Independent or whatever. Mas Rudaí go raibh me léamh alt san Irish Times, no, in the Independent, ach an sin le Rudaí gan I dteanga eile I gcónaí tá sin níos deachar. It's always more difficult. It doesn't matter how good you get in another language, it's come a kick of ma agus thought do it dteanga eile. Unless you're at it 20-30 years, it takes a long time to get to that level. And as I said, it's much to do with the cultural sense of things as opposed to the in terms of the language. Tá sé ag buint an méid sin leis an taobh cultúrtha de is dócha mar tá sé ó thaobh na teanga. And so I love coming back here reading the paper, and obviously just the things they're talking about in the paper are just way more interesting to me. And Rudaí a bhíonn siad ag labhairt fuhu san pápaí and seo bíonn siad a wadní samúla dom. Even bought the Indo there the other day, the Saturday Indo, and Dan McDonnell, the chief sports writer, stoch an príomh scríbhneoir sport nó príomh scríbhneoir Pella no soccer atá acu. He had a brilliant article about visiting every single country who's a member state of UEFA ag tuairt court gach tír atá mar bháil de UEFA le fiche bliana nús over the last 20 years in his travels and going to different games, and an anecdote hí scéal beag aige for every single country he went to, like gach ile tír na huaise. Small stuff like that are way more interesting to me, and again having the kind of Irish sense of humour, the Irish style of writing and stíl scríbhneoireachta agus is tóg an stíl humour éireannach atá le fáil an sin. And again, listen, I love living in Spain. I love experiencing different things, Spanish culture and the language. Is even a bheith imachóní sa Spáin, is even is dócha a bheith pórteach I rudaí tar friúla maidir leis an gcultúr. But I'm Irish and I'll always be Irish. I'm not going to do this thing a lot of people do when they go abroad. They try to be, they're so afraid of being expats who aren't integrated. They just try to do everything, almost pretend they're not from Ireland, that they're from the place that they're living in. Jane si díireachtan Dharma the end of our gachra there and agus Jane and she the earacht mar algol agla who because they're afraid of them are expat gone, you know, on Changa vacu agus gone tishkin shiva aku an gulter auchul without kind of having an understanding of the local culture. They go too far the other way. I'm Irish, I'll always be Irish, and I'll always prefer reading an Irish paper over, let's say, a Spanish paper. I'm not afraid to admit that. And Elaine Agla as a sin adval. So that's one thing. Shin Rudaí, because in Seville, for example, maybe it's different in Madrid, Barcelona, slightly bigger cities in Spain. Otsna Bugni Nis Mo Spawn. But in Seville, anyway, there's no way you'd buy a paper in English anywhere. And if they did have one, maybe they have the Wall Street Journal or Time Magazine or something. Chanskul, you know, Cian Americanach, an American one somewhere, but they're not going to have the Irish Independent or anything like that, or the Sunday Worlds. Nivai an Indo and on Sunday World Jaku Kinchin, those would be the papers I'd be looking to read normally. And same thing with books. There's very few English language books available in Seville because it's Seville, it's not London, it's not Dublin or anything. So why should there be? And Kinfa Aveach, Laur Lafal Imerla. There's a lot of bookshops, but 95% of the books would be in Spanish. They'd sometimes have a small international section or being a major section no alts viog le lawer internationta achu, mix of books in Italian, French, English and other languages, Dalish, Frankish, mBéarla, Changichara, but it's not so much the books I'd be interested in. It's more literary works like whatever Charles, what was the guy's name? I have Charles Dawkins and Charles Haughey in my mind, and it definitely wasn't either of those two. Gnáthleagan sé ceann acuh sin. Who was it? Charles? He's Dickinson, wasn't it? So let's say something like that, or even Shakespeare, or whatever, or something more modern, or beidir Rudaí an beagganín níos nua aimsrithe. But in terms of buying an English language book that I'd be interested in, maybe a sports autobiography or something to do with Formula 1 or music, beidir tír bháis níos sport, no Rudaí an buinseach le Formula 1, no cheol, no whatever. They're not really going to have much of that in English. I've read a few of them in Spanish, they're good, but as I said earlier, it's not quite as nice as reading a book in your first language. Níl sé chomh mar a bheith léamh leabhar I de chéad. So that's number one. Number two, so sin iver héana, iver though, the fresh air, an tír or. And I don't want to go down the romantic route of, when you step off the plane and you're back in the lands of your fathers and all this nonsense and scaffold. So níl géirí of ever romanceful. So I don't mean it in that way. But it is a thing, gan out sin rud. And it'd be interesting to hear from people listening, Irish living abroad, when you go back, or even people who go on holidays abroad, few daoine, so daoine, in a gcónaí thar lear, no few daoine a hain leat de sira thar lear. For me, when I come back, let's say into Dublin Airport or Knock Airport or Shannon or whatever, Airport of Lochlia, no Nach, no Airport na Shonana, whenever I get off the plane, that's one of the first things you notice. They're coming out of the terminal, ag teacht amach as an Chríochfort, is the air and how fresh it is. Ceisteanna agus atá sé. Now, part of this might just be that it's normally colder, so you feel it more. Beidir chuid just being sé real gomín sé níos fóra, de go ná an áit in a route it's colder than the place you were when you got on the plane. So, like we say in Ireland all the time, mar dearnmuds in air and igoni, that's fresh, tá sé sin or. And sometimes chomhpháirtíocht or, sometimes cold as well as fresh. But it does feel a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. It feels like you can breathe easier. Go to an all harings níos éasca, that it feels a bit more natural, which is touching on what number 3 is going to be. Go to beagganí níos nádartha chomh and just the air for me. Maybe again it's just because it's colder, but I think this might be a thing to do with Spain as well. Seans go sé seo buinse leis an Spáin chomh because I have heard a good few things over the years. Tá neart rudí cluiste agam tríd na blianta about air quality in Spain, and then it's not as good as in other countries. Agus na hóil sé chomh mar atá sé I ddíortha eile sin cáiliocht éire, so the air quality. And I think it's especially bad in 2 cities in Spain. Ceapan gohfuil sé go háirithe níos measa I ná chathair sa Spáin. And those cities are Seville and Barcelona, the 2 cities I've primarily lived in, or 2 of the 3 cities I've lived in Spain. Rá chathair as na 3 chathair in a ráme I mo hónig gdí seo sa Spáin, and that the air quality there is a bit worse gohfuil an cáiliocht ar a beagganí níos measa on shins. That's one of the things stepping off the plane. Maybe it's just because it's colder, but to me it feels fresher and nicer and cleaner. Dumsa mo híonn sé níos óra, níos deise agus níos glynne freshen. Number 3, iver 3, is being back in a more nature setting, I guess, a more natural setting, very rash, sa nádir agus sa dúlra. So if you think of most of the Irish, or most people across the world probably, who emigrate or who migrate to a different country, mas muoininn tú faoin gcuideas móide chuoine timpeall down a haon ar Imirce agus a haon go tír Fhrúil. They generally go to a city, change siad go chathair. If you think of the Irish abroad, where are they? Mas muoininn tú faoi na hairnig thar lear cábhfuil siad. They're in Melbourne and Sydney and Vancouver and New York and Boston and London, Liverpool and Manchester and Glasgow and so on. So tá siad sna cathaircha sin timpeall an down. I'm not going to list them all off again as Gaeilge, when most of them are the same in Irish as in English. Níl mé chun lista dhéanamh de gach ceann acu arís as Gaeilge, mar tá beagnach an focail céanna acu trí bhean na Gaeilge mar atá acu I mBéarla as they have in English. But most people tend to emigrate to cities. Listen, I'm sure there's a lot of Irish out in small villages and places, in a rundown shanty town in Baghdad or somewhere, you can find an Irish person almost everywhere. Shacht gach. We get around, as we say in English. But I guess when you go then to the cities, one of the things a lot of Irish people must miss, Ceann and Rudaí, a rathan siad wehu, no rathan a hernig wehu, has to be nature and being in the countryside and just feeling like you live in a place that's not changed that much in 50 or 100 years. Ag mothú gúil tú a chónaí an áit nach bhfuil áthraithe mór an le 50 nó 100 bliain. And in Ireland we like to think we have 6, 7 or 8 cities really, but really we only have 1 in the Republic and 2 on the islands. Ceann amháin against the Phoblacht agus gach cheann agin an sin ar an Oileán. Dublin, Belfast. Cork really isn't a city. If you put Cork in Spain, for example, má churn tú Corcaigh sa Spáin, there's probably 30 cities in Spain bigger than Cork. Seanscoil hartar trucha gahar níos mó ná Corcaigh sa Spáin. And if you go 10 minutes outside the city centre, or even walked like for half an hour, you'd already be into quite a natural setting. Bheadh tú hána féin in áit nó a síomh socht nádartha. And I'm not talking about, let's say in Seville, for example, which is a fairly big city, be halfway in between Dublin and Cork in terms of size. Tá sé soch mór leabhhalachid ar beidir Corcaigh agus Bloglia. Beidir on Maid Céanna, no Hartar and Maid Céanna around the same size as Belfast, for example. Hartar and Maid Céanna le Béal Feirste. And okay, there's a lot of parks around the place. Tá an pork and a timp na háte, and they're very much appreciated. They're needed when you're in a city. Tá siad sin Bígí oirín agus muide inar gcónaí I gcatharcha timp an down. But they're not real. They're man-made. It's 30, 40 years ago, the county council, let's say Seville and Corla Hyundai is Seville mar hampla. They would have gone, okay, we're going to put a park here. We're going to put this water feature here. Rudaí and we're going to extend the park out this way and have this path by Cossan Shaw Agin agus by Pork and sin. It's not real, compared to a lot of people listening would have grown up or would certainly have a lot of experience in the countryside in Ireland. I'm not talking about living out in the sticks. I'm talking about you might live 10 minutes outside of Cork City, or you might live 10 minutes outside of Galway City. Seanscoil tú 10 nóiméad mu de chundaigh Corcaigh, 10 nóiméad mu de chundaigh na Gailge. But because those cities are towns basically so small, you go 10 minutes outside and you're already into a fairly rural setting, as in it's not really changed that much in 50, 100 years. There's a few more houses, but the fields are still there. The stone walls are still there. Tá na gurtana fós an sin. Tá na bally, gentas clocana fós an sin. The curves of the hills has not been flattened out or changed for development. You'll say Afrihan and you'll say in Ishcorrum, you can still see the hills and the way the land flows. Fós tá tú an lán, na cnicca eáil agus an bhealach. A bhíon flóigh an talamh agus a bhíon sé cabhrú, and the natural landscapes an tíorchach nádartha a bhíon ann. And I think that's something we need, again, not to get too spiritual, ní mé gurí is dócha éirí róspiridáalta an seo, but I'm only 15 minutes outside Galway City here where I am today. Níl meach hartar 2 nóiméad tíomh mu de char na Gailge an áit bhfuil méneo, and I can go for a walk 5 minutes up the road, and it's basically the same as it would have been going for a walk 50, 100 years ago. It's not a kind of man-made park. Ní pork man-made atá ann, ní pork bréireacht ann. Not giving out about those parks, they're brilliant. Phoenix Park is like that, for example. But it's natural, it's normal. It's the birds are there, the animals are there, tá na hanmhíthe an sin, tá na héanacha an sin. The road is, it hasn't changed, but the potholes are still there. The plants are growing over the walls almost onto the road. The grass is in the middle of the road. Tá fair fós I lár an bhóthar. Tá plandaí ag teacht isteach ó na gcurtainna in aice leis an móthar. And I know, it just feels natural. Same thing if you live by the coast and Rud Céanna an tá tú a chónaí ar Chosharga. I love going down to a beach in Ireland because the beaches haven't really changed. There's still the rocks there in the seaweed on fiaman agus na clocana fós an sin. You go to the beaches in Spain, a lot of them have been A lot of them are man-made beaches. They've been changed completely and all the nature's been taken out of them. Tá nádartha glairimíthe. You just have the sand and the water and it's listen. It's perfect for what you're going to do in Spain. Sunbathing. Tá sé fearfa an rud sin a dhéanú a bheith ag tógáil na gréine agus a bheith ag snáb, and it's built for Spanish people and their culture of going to the beach. Is dócha tá sé Déanta lehain na Spáine agus an cultúr taú maidir le dul ag snáb agus dul go dtí an strá. But for us, it's way more natural. And again, hasn't, if you saw a picture of a beach here, now it wouldn't look any different to what it looks like 100, 200 years ago. Ní bheith sé diffriúil churbe le mar bhí sé 100 bliain ó hin agus 200 bliain ó hin. And we're so lucky to have the nature that we have and the landscape that we have in this country. Tá táiríonn hon an nádar seo agus an tíorchrach seo atá agin tíor seo. I was speaking to a Spanish friend recently. We make lauert le corresponding le Janie, and I was joking to them about, you know, if I came to Seville for the first time, you could show me the cathedral and the Alcazar and all these amazing buildings and works of art bheith tusa in an na fergan a bhí seo a hispánsdom agus na halínta difriúla a hispánsdom timpeall na charrach. And if you came to Ireland, the only building I could show you would be the Guinness factory, you know, Monarch Guinness. But they had a great point. They said to me, yeah, but sure, you drive 20 minutes out in the car from there and the whole country is a museum. Tá an tír omlán cosúil le museum nó Iarspalán. It's so beautiful. And Spain does have great landscape as well, but can be very just dry and flat and featureless for large parts of the country as well. A lá sin tír just tá sé an chorrum agus ní léon Rudaí agus ní léon speisialta ann for many, many parts, but especially down the south Gohoria. And sin in Yesker Nutira. So we are very lucky, and something I try and do on the podcast, Rudaí an America Tunseno in Budcrail. There's a lot of negativity around the place at the moment. Alon Jultachas Chimpel Hearts we law. I'd like to point out that life is still great. There's still so many good things we have. Why not focus on the good instead of always thinking about the bad? Cin fá ul ma jagónig dírasteach na droch rudaí éáit dírasteach na rudaí maithe agus na rudaí dearfacha, the positive things. Number 4, Iver Cahar. Pretty short one, pretty easy one. I suppose you could argue this one, the bigger things, not really a small thing. So, let's say, Ráada an chean seach. Beidir go féidir that rá rud mór é seo agus ní rud beag é. But anyway, just being able to speak my first language, just a bheith an mo chéad cheanga a lauert. And again, doesn't matter how comfortable you get or how good you get in another language, just come a cécomh ma agus dátú, cécomh flirseach agus dátú, how kind of fluent or proficient you are in another language. It's anga ella. It'll never be the same as your own language. And again, small stuff, understand the cultural context. So for example, in Ireland, mar hampla in Éireann, we always go into the shop and we say, hi, how are you doing? You know, hi, constatu. In Spain, you say hi, but you don't really ask them how they are. So small stuff like that, knowing what to say and when to say it, obviously it just comes naturally here ar nó just tagan sé dom go nádartha an seo, and I don't have to think about it ní chaithí mé a bheith ag smaoinú faoi. So that's so nice, and just have that weight lifted. And I actually feel, and this will be going on to number 7, so I won't talk too much about it now by me ag lauert faoi seo in ever a shocked, so mi mé géirí lauert in numerica faoi inis, but just to have that extra confidence, because I'm so used to speaking my second or third languages, my second language and working my third language while I'm over in Spain. So can darachanga nuair atá mé gobar agus an sin an tríútanga nuair atá mé hall sa Spáin, that it's just so nice to be able to come back and speak your first one. You feel more confident because you spend so much time with that extra bit of weight on you of speaking your second or third language. I gcónaí tá is tócha meáchan beag sin de chúlánaí on your shoulders while you're speaking your second or third language, or speaking your other languages that are native to you. Ag lauert do cheanga ceile agus níl tú a chaintear dúchas. Always when you switch back to your native language, it just feels so much easier. It's like lifting a weight at the gym. Tá sig súla meáchan a chrochu egg on gym, and then you take a plate off either end and you start lifting it, and it feels like nothing. Tá sig súla tada, even though it's quite a big weight you're still lifting. Cé go bhfuil an meáchan soch trom an meáchan ó bhfuil tú a chrochu. So that's number 4, but I'm gonna kind of circle back to that with number 7. But firstly, number 5, iver a cuaig an ish dús. And I've just put down here bia or food. Tá bia curtha síos agam an seo. And I know in Ireland we sometimes think we don't really have much of a food culture compared to other countries. Tá agam an seo in éir an orintha bíon muid ag smaoin of nachhfuil an cultúr bia agin atá ag tíortha eile. And in a lot of ways, we're probably right. In the land Bali, culturally, we're a very rich country, especially for our population. We're a very small population. You'll have cultured se Thomas on the lads or gohoria must win into nach will dain more agin, especially if you think we don't have a big population. But in terms of food, yeah, we're not that traditionally, I suppose, strong compared to Spain or France or Italy or these other countries. If you go into, let's say, a restaurant in Galway City Centre there and you look at the menu, most foods will have come from other countries. And chuid is mó de den via tá si treéis teachtó ó Watson Yafrula from Italy, pizzas or burgers from wherever, the US or Germany or Spain, and all this croquettes and tapas stuff and whatever else you might have, peirodella atá agat. And in fairness, a lot of those stuff, they don't come from Spain initially, they come originally from Africa or places before that. But anyway, a discussion for a different day, sin rud lahai law ella. But I think we do still have a lot of culture in terms of food and drink and the way we consume it as well. Madra le bia agus jochus an chui a bhín much igéthe agus ag ól na rudí sin. I mean, a few things I've listed down here. There's a lot of food and drink that's a lot better in Ireland than it is in Spain. And maybe some of it has to do with supermarkets rather than actually going into a restaurant and eating. Better tá níos mó den rud sin, ag buint le ulwargi in áit bíalan, and we have more of a food culture in terms of supermarkets, what we buy as opposed to what we order. Beidr na rudí a bhfuil muid ag ceannach ón na hulwargi in áit na rudí a bhfuil muid ag ordú in Milan. But for example, milk is so much better here. In Spain, they have this awful UHT milk. You can get fresh milk on banya UHT acu hall spawn. Tatman on banya or fresh milk all acrylly. Neil say mar again. Tá sé wadnis faran seo, a wadnis or a wadnis jesha, a wadnis nodra. Like I said earlier about the air, a lot nicer, a lot fresher, just a lot better overall. Delis, okay, come on, this isn't food culture compared to other countries. Think of beautiful pasta dishes in Italy. You're talking about going in getting chicken fillet roll. Níos seo is tócha food culture no culture via cheart, like smuoine faoi a bheith in Naples agus pizza or do a gcomhpháirtíocht le dul-isteach agus chicken fillet roll all. Okay, fair enough. I agree with that. But listen, it's something they don't have in other countries. To be able to go into Delhi, hunt dul-isteach a Delhi agus chicken fillet roll, no busco wedges all, no breakfast roll, no einrud, mar sin no jam buns or no. And it does, that stuff, sometimes people say, well, that doesn't mean anything. It's not culturally rich at all. Fair enough, I understand that. But also, all that stuff reflects part of a wider culture. So na rudí sin, tá sé ceangas le rudí níos mó sa cultúr. So why do we have delis? Why do we have a culture of takeaway coffee that doesn't exist in, let's say, Spain? Well, is it because we like to eat food on the go more? Is it because we're spending more time working? Is it because we're working during the day and we don't take as much time off for lunch? And will sé marial go mín muid I gcónaí on the go, on the move mar dearfá? And will sé marial go mín muid ag déanú níos mó ibre? And will sé marial nach bhfuil an sus céan a gin upper? Is it because we don't have the same break from work? Is it because eating out is too expensive? And will sé marial I homach tá sé ro chuslasach? Is it because traditionally we wouldn't eat out, we'd kind of eat in at a place with family, so why is that culture of kind of deli and takeaways and Chinese takeaways and Italian takeaways as well, but Indian takeaways, why is that there, and why do we like that type of food but getting it in that type of way more so ag fáil bí sin sa bhealach sin? It is reflective of different things, positives and negatives in the culture. Buntáistí agus míbhuntáistí, advantages, disadvantages, rudí díoltacha, rudí dearfacha, negative things, positive things in the culture sa chultúr. Fry-ups as well, of course, and Irish breakfast éarnach, again, another thing they don't really have in other countries. Small stuff, mújú, chocolate milk, a very big thing down here in Galway. Rud on the war on so in Aliav, or Lucasade that you can't get abroad. I know people in different parts of the country, daoine in áit friúil timp na tíre will have different things they think of. By Rudaí tar friúil agah a bheith ag smaoine fuú football special up in Donegal, for example, football special who's idir your hunnel, obviously a pint as well, and again culturally think about that. So pints, you can't get pints in, let's say, countries like Spain, and initially it's only in bottles or in small glasses, 200, 300, tops maybe 350 mils, better cálcéad milliliter, 300 no 300 is a chuige milliliter. So why is that? Well, how does that reflect the culture? Well, in Spain, because it's so hot, mbearla ghfuil sé cóide sa Spáin, if you had a full pint, and especially because they drink slower, mbearla mean she the goal níos moille, sure, by the time they'd get halfway through it, the rest of it would already be warm out in the sun on the terrace. Bhí chun chuideile Hanna fin bhíh sé che agus tusa a mu an terrace faoin rain under the sun and so on. So that's why when you come back here that we have the pints and being able to have the size of a pint and everything else. So we do have different stuff that does actually have cultural significance. Not to go too deep down that road, because ultimately a pint is a pint, you can't read into it too much, and a takeaway is a takeaway, and you can't read into it too much. Ní féidir leat is tócha bheith smaoinú a numracha faoin na rudaí sin, but it's interesting. Ginger nut biscuits, that's a random thing you can't get in Spain that I really want. So loads of small little food stuff, whether it's in a supermarket, whether it's in a pub, whether it's in a restaurant, whatever, but mainly I think a lot of supermarket stuff there that you can't get abroad. Nach bhfuil tú non-fall Harlar Cadbury's, you can't get Cadbury's anything, or Cadbury's Dairy Milk at least in Spain. Ní féidir to Cadbury's and Cadbury's Dairy Milk are all Spain, or Galaxy as well. So there you go. Anyway, iwwer shape, pretty simple one. An Gaeilge a eáil agus a chostáil to be able to see and hear Irish. And I suppose this is just a thing, that small thing, coming into Dublin Airport, she'd teach with Airport Flog Clia, and walking through the terminal, ag siúil tríd an Chraigfort, and just seeing written up on the signs, everything written not only in English, but also as Gaeilge, ag féchan sir gachar, agus tá sé scríofa níomháin in mBéarla freisin as Gaeilge. And of course, that's just something I don't see in Spain, even though I use Irish every day in Spain in my job, cé ghfuil me I buint úsáid as an Gaeilge, gach lá le ma fust sa Spáin. Every word of Irish that I see, gach focal Gaeilge a ecum, it's either written on a screen or written on a piece of paper in front of me that I've written out. So tá sé scríofa no close scríofa types, I guess, scálan os mo chóir. No tá sé scríofa amach agam fápar, but scríofa amach agamsa fápar. I've written it out on paper in front of me. So to be able to walk around somewhere and see it written up on a sign, and that sign is for me to indicate where I should go. You'll know an cortha sin scríof mach dumsa on rálam where I should go. Cannot be careful dull. Small stuff like that I appreciate. I always find if when I'm in England, for example, very jarring, and it almost gives me a bit of a shock seeing a sign and things only written in English and they're not written in Irish underneath. Tugan say no buine sé beagnaín gach and nor ecum beidir cortha scríofa I mBéarla, because you're so used to seeing it in English and in Irish. Of course, in Spain, it's not as bad because you're not expecting it even in English. Níl tú ag súil go mbeidh sé I mBéarla fiú, so you're not kind of expecting it in Irish as well. Níl tú is tócha ag súil go mbeidh sé as Gaeilge freisin, or your mind isn't kind of looking out for it. Níl din sin ag chuineáil súil amach, though. But just seeing, and then when I come over to Galway as well, here in Irish spoken around the place, is tócha an Gaeilge chostáil timpeall na háite is really nice as well. And just as much as I love my job and I love speaking Irish every day, of course I'm quite isolated sometimes. Tá mé méonar go minic, and I'm doing all this work kind of by myself, and I don't actually hear the language on a day-to-day basis being used for just normal stuff. And ní chluisim an sanga go léithúil agus daoine buint úsáid just an teanga láthaí rudaí léithúil agus gná rudaí. Number 7, and this kind of connects back to one of the earlier ones. So we're shocked agus tá sé seo ceangailte le ceann dena cín níos luatha, and that is how social people are. Cé speisialta is atá daoine, and how easy it is to have small interactions with people in Ireland. Cé éasca agus atá sé on interactions beaga a bheith agat le daoine eile in Éireann. So I don't think this is a thing to do with Irish people versus Spanish people. Ní cheapan ggóil sé sin ar ggóil sé seo ag buint leis an difriocht idir muintir na Spáine agus muintir na Héireann. Because I think Spanish people are pretty much, definitely in the south anyway, and in Seville, gan out sa Deisceart agus is Seville, are just as sociable and just as happy to chat to you, even if they don't know you. Tá siad chomh an labhairt leat fiú muna bhfuil aithne acuairt, even if they don't know you, as Irish people are mar atá na Héireannig. But I suppose it goes back to what I talked about number 4, which was to be able to speak my first language. Is dócha go déanta seo arás chuig iver chathair agus sin a bheith in an mo chéad theanga a labhairt, that a lot of it has to do maybe with my confidence to start a conversation with someone. Tá lánta seo buinte le mo bhhuinín hain maidir le chora a hosú le duine. So I'll give you an example of, let's say if I'm in there in the sauna in the Orlan Hotel in Galway, má tá mise is sin sa sauna san óstán Ordalan. I might have someone sitting beside me and I'm more than happy, and kind of to do with the things I talked about in number 4, tá sé seo buinte leis na rudaí labhair mé futhú in iver chathair. I'm more than happy to kind of say, oh, whatever, nasty, terrible weather we're having or whatever, you know, I might not open up with that chance nach make me gusculch le sin, but starting to chat with them, and I know I'll be able to kind of hold my own's a weird way of putting it, but I'll be able to chat away and it'll be fine by me just on labhairt ag speisialta, if they don't want to chat, that's absolutely fine as well. I won't be forcing it, ní bhaid mé ag chur ílach orthú. But in Spain, I might be thinking, is this weird in this situation? Because it's not just the language, as I said, níomháin and sanga. Of course, there's times where I think, oh, I want to say this, I'm 90% sure of how to say it, but I might be incorrect. Seans go maith in mi cheart. And also there's the thing, if I know as soon as I open my mouth in Spain, people will hear I'm from there, and people are really nice. They don't have an issue with that. Níl feabhas le sin. But it's almost the opposite. They'll ask me, oh, where are you from? What are you doing here? And I have to have that conversation I've had a million times. That by on chorá sin agam a bhí agam from the Déanta agus na mílte or thousands of times before, which is absolutely fine. It's a privilege to be able to have that conversation. It's a privilege hun an chorá sin of agam, and to be living somewhere else and to be able to speak the language and everything else and be welcomed into a country hun fáilte is dócha bheith chur haróm idir eile. But of course, it just gets a bit tiring after a while. Churn say buganín thursa ort taréis tamil. So there might be that. There might be, I'm not fully sure how to say this. There might be, is this kind of the done thing? So again, I think the word is subtext in English. Captain fucking lost subtext in mBéarla. When you're kind of the things that aren't said, you know, is it normal to say this now, or is it normal to chat away to someone in this situation? And the cultural stuff, the Rudaí culture, which I seem to be mentioning a lot in this podcast today, will make ag déanú tagarts chuige go minic sa fud craile, the things that I'm referencing, or a thing that I'm referencing a lot today, kind of cultural things and cultural, I guess, ideas or norms. But that's definitely one thing. I just feel a lot more confident to start a conversation, to have those small interactions, or to ask someone a question, or the interaction sin about it. And Irish people are just so nice and so friendly and so happy to have those interactions. That's one thing that's really special about our country. We're the one top fear speisialta faoin Nigeria, but I think very special about Spain as well, on a speisialta faoin Spáin freisin. And number 8, I'm going to mention it there as well. Louis May is shot freshen ever hooked. Number 8 is saunas and steam rooms and being by the fire. And I guess the overall culture we have, especially this time of year, go hurricane Tom Shudjin, but you could argue it's about 10 months of the year in Ireland because it's so cold sometimes. It's been she co4 oranta is very lat argun school she jet me in Aina Blina, and that is that we have this kind of cozy culture, I'll say culture choli atá agin sa tíre seo, so heading into a sauna during the winter, or that's kind of a new thing over the last few years, but it was always a thing in leisure centres and in hotels for donkey's years. From the Déanta bhí sé ann in hotels in Óstánaí agus leisure centres cheap in the tíre, and those are the ones that I go to. I don't really go to these purpose-built ones, or all saunas are purpose-built, but you know, these standalone saunas you have now by beaches, agus tá siad sin thosaitheoirí mar rud mór. They're after becoming a big thing over recent years, le Déanta anús. But yeah, the idea of being inside by a fire and feeling kind of cozy, feeling warm, like mohu choli, agus tíbhas sé ón fuacht to be inside from the cold and everything else. just really nice. Same thing with a sauna. You walk into the hotel and it's raining, you're shivering, but then within 5 minutes, you have your top off, you're just in the shorts, or your bikini or whatever. Agus tá na shorts agus tá an bikini no payrod, and you're in the sauna and you're sweating away and loving it and chatting to someone that would chur alles agus that would bunch sultas agus that would lauert le duine and just that kind of culture being inside. And that's where, a lot of our Irish pub traditions come from, the idea that it's a place of refuge, a place of shelter, to go inside, it's warm and people are in and everything else that dhaoine agus gach. So, yeah, that is it, guys. Sin I don't think there's too much else today. You can will more on Rudaí in you. Thank you very much for listening to the show. Gurmí na Maggie as a Gaeilge on show. And hope you really enjoyed it and got some benefit from the podcast. Why not listen to the Níos Simplí version now? Cén fá nach méich tú Gaeilge leis an legan Níos Simplí. And I can see, can you understand that? I talk about the exact same things, the exact same order, just a bit less English and a bit trickier Irish sometimes, or into being on Gaeilge. Beaga níos deachar. But it's not a huge jump. Ní léim ulmhór atá ann. If you want to get in contact with the podcast, you can send me an email at liam.learnirishonline@gmail.com, refust a heola huigam ag liam.learnirishonline@gmail.com, or a message on Instagram, learnirishonline on Instagram as well. Gurmí lemagi as a Gaeilge, guys. Big thank you for listening. I'll be speaking to you again next week by meg lauert live a rish on Tachtan se hugan. Goodbye and God bless. Slán agus Beannacht.